Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angela March. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for your support. And I guess just watching me in general. Or is that right? Watching me? I guess so. Anyway, so this is a get ready with me before I film my read along of one of my books, Someone You Loved. So last week we talked about, what is this? Last week we talked about Ilya. Let's see. And I went back to Ulta and talked to my sales girl. She's real cute. She's probably no older than like 24, 25. Anyway, she told me that Bare Minerals, changed the formula. I told her I wasn't a big fan of it years ago when I tried it. And now I shade matched myself. The shade she picked out for me was a little yellow, I thought. So anyway, let's try this. I haven't opened it. I've been sitting on it for a week. I wanted to wash my powder makeup brush that I use with my L'Oreal that is now discontinued. Let's see. I gotta put on some glasses. So pull the tab. Oh. All right. I will return this if it doesn't work, by the way. I just am at the stage of life where, oh, there it goes. I don't keep things that I can't use. All right. Top. I have already washed my face, brushed my teeth, blah, blah, blah. So I'm starting out with that much. I know that seems like a lot. All right. Let's see. So tap, tap, and swirl. Something about activating it. I don't know. Do you really need to activate powder? I have a real problem with under eye circles here in the last, but they are going away or clearing up thanks to, or getting better, I should say, this Rock Dark Circle Corrector. I've really enjoyed that. So what I've been looking for is an everyday makeup. You know, life is busy. I say that all the time. But I don't want to spend more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops on makeup every day. I wish I was one of those people that doesn't care about everyday makeup. And this is, how's that look? Oh man. It looks all right. Yeah. But again, this little tiny thing was $48, which I believe is a lot. I feel is a lot for any kind of makeup, right? A redness around the nose. My real concern was my under eyes and my. I've been doing these face exercises at night to try to get rid of this. That tech neck, wrinkly, chicken, rooster, turkey neck. And I believe they're working. But damn, after I did them the first time, the next day I was like, oh, I could hardly move my face. You guys, yeah, all right. Let's move on. Let's get some eyeshadow. So I like to set the face with a neutral palette. So this is the Wet n Wild. I've used this in every video. Just to see. I wish my big makeup mirror was a zoom mirror. I looked for one, but I never could find one that I liked enough to spend all the money for. So I have this other mirror beside me that is a zoom. I am so happy. Well, I'm not gonna prejudge. I feel happy now about it, but let's see what it looks like after I do everything, and then I'll walk outside to natural light. So, eyeshadow's on. So now I'm gonna head with my blush. Again, dual-sided. I'm gonna do a little bronzer. Laura Geller. This is their Baked Frosting. And this is in Tahitian Glow. How much fun would that job be to name all these products? I think that would be a fun job. And again, I just like to warm up the face just a little bit. And when you're dealing with mature skin, from your iris, pupil, your pupil and up. Try not to go any further in than that, because it'll drag your face down, and that's what we don't want, ever. And then I just remnants across the nose. Not a big sweep, not a lot of deposited color. You're not depositing a lot of color. Then, again, Laura Geller. Laura Geller. I think this is Pink Buttercream. Again, dual-sided. I just kind of tap it around. Find my pupil. Sweep up. Pupil. Sweep up. And I'm going to swipe across the lid. Down the nose. You just want to be fresh-faced. Whatever that means to the individual, I suppose. I like this Bare Minerals because it has light reflective properties. And that's important to me. I don't want to be matte. I want to look, like I still have some collagen production, and I do. I just want to look healthy. Anyway, very lightly I'm going across. Okay, let's see what the 10 times zoom looks like. Oh, I think if this, I have been in such desperation to find a mineral foundation, and if this is gonna work, I'll spend the $48, no problem. Oh, who's texting me? Okay. All right. Let's get to some eyebrows. And again, I don't want to spend these, no offense to anybody that's watching influencer wise. If I had to spend an hour a day to put on my makeup, no, I don't think I'd who has that kind of time? Anyway, eyebrows, which desperately need to be done. So I have, what was that? What was that? Is there some fun? So I set myself up for success for this weekend so I wouldn't have to leave the house. And I'm very excited about that. I'm doing this makeup just because to show you, and I was excited, and I had to wash my makeup brush, and I wanted to wait and share my first reaction to it, to the Bare Minerals. Where are you, baby? It's gonna be my new best friend. So I waited. I'll wait to use it, so I could show my true reaction to it. And so far, so good. Now let's keep moving with the eyebrows. I'm trying to keep this video under 20 minutes. This is just average. I think this is e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. And again, I'm not drawing as much as smudging. These people that draw on individual lines, this gives the same effect of fullness without the art class every morning. Okay, and then something else I bought. Well, I needed a little bit more intense moisturizer, and I spoke about this last week on the video about Peter Thomas Roth. I did buy his moisturizer. I have not used it. This week I made it a point to start finishing up the things I already have, I just don't have the same income as I used to. So I bought this. And this was recommended by, I follow her on Instagram and YouTube. Her name is Dr. Shireen Idris. She's based out of New York. She's awesome. She's the one that told me about these neck exercises. So I've been doing those. So she recommended this for collagen peptides, etc. But I'm going to finish using up my La Roche-Posay. It's amazing how much you cut your bottles and you scrape them because there's a lot of uses. I cut this last Tuesday, I think, and I still have at least one more, I was going to say serving, application left. So, don't throw those tubes away. Cut them, and there's so much left in there. Get your money's worth. You paid for it. Get your money out of it. All right, eyebrows. Now we're going to do mascara and 10 times zoom. I just believe that you should have a simple routine. These videos, I see 10 steps in a skincare. The waste. And then here's what else. Let me put this up. Here's what else is a waste. Washing your skincare off in the morning and washing your face. I use skincare at night, my skincare routine at night, and I rinse my face in the morning, but I do not wash it off and reapply a bunch of skincare. I use a daily moisturizer and this this is new. But why are you washing off all that money, when you're just going to go, when you're just going to be around the house? Or, I don't know. Anyway, I don't wash my face with soap cleanser in the morning. I rinse my face. and I reapply certain my daytime moisturizer, but other than that, I don't wash my face. I'm not washing off all that retinol, that money I've put on my face at night and the morning. I just think that's useless. But that's just my opinion. However, I've done that my entire adulthood. And I'm not too bad at 54. So maybe I'm doing something right. And this is Thrive Cosmetics, their Tubing Lash mascara. And black is black. I think it's, the name of it is Bryn. Brynn. Okay, well, let's see. This is new mascara. I like mascara when it's about a month in. When it gets a little thick. So I need to clean my house this weekend. That's one reason why I set myself up for, so I wouldn't have to leave the house. I have everything I need. It's soup season. I'm gonna fix some soup. I'm real curious about lasagna soup. So I bought a can. I saw one of my teammate, she told me that Progresso soup has a good one. So I found that and I bought a can of that. I do like homemade soups because I do like to add more protein than, that's probably the least ingredient in canned soup. But I just want to see if the flavor, if I like it's weird. It's a weird concept for me, lasagna soup. I mean, I don't know. I don't like noodles in my soup really. And if you fix soup from scratch and you leave the noodles in there, the noodles get all the juice. And I love the juice is the best part of the soup. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna love this makeup. I can't wait to go outside and go to the light. Carol Ann, go to the light. Yeah, poltergeist reference. Is that it? I just need a little lipstick. Again, Thrive Cosmetics, Cause and Effect, Cause, C-A-U-S-E, Cosmetics. Let's see. And I also have these Ilia lip pencils. And I want to try this one in the middle. It's brighter. Don't ask me for the name of it because it's so small I can't read it without my glasses. I'm gonna put the brighter one just right there in the middle. So, like I said, I'm 54 years old, and I had my first hot flash this week. I didn't know what was going on, and it happened to me, well, so this past week, I woke up one morning and all my covers were off the bed and in the floor in front of the bed. And I was like, what the hell, right? It's very confusing when you wake up and all your covers are on the floor, like rolled. Not like thrown, but evidently I rolled them off me and rolled them off the end of the bed. So that was just, I was like, oh, well, whatever. Oh, this thing is so heavy. And then Thursday, excuse me, Thursday, where am I at, 20 minutes? Let me see, because I don't want these videos to be too long. 20 minutes, 42 seconds. Okay, this will be a quick story. So this week on the way to work, all of a sudden I got really hot. It was one of those weird hot September days. And I was like, what is going on? And I was just hot. And I went into the office. I said, hello, set my stuff down. And I went to the restroom because I didn't know what was happening to me. There had been a girl that works in our office that had rhinovirus the week prior. I was like, oh no, please don't let me get sick. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I sit down. I go to the bathroom. I go to the back bathroom, right? And sit down. I have to cover the toilet seat at work. Anyway, I sit down and all of a sudden, my entire body was just a thin layer of sweat. And I was like, what the hell? I think I'm having a hot flash. And sure enough, I had a hot flash. I was having a hot flash. I think I've had a mini one since last night in the shower when I got home. Because my back is always towards the shower head, and I was like, I must have turned the water on too hot. So I turned around, and the water was exactly where I always put it. But I don't think I was sweating in the shower, but I was combusting from the inside out. So that was my experience this week with that. And I was just, man, I'm so at this point, I'm like, I'm so happy I live alone. I can crank a fan. I can crank the AC. I can do whatever I need to do to be comfortable when I sleep. Because, yeah, I'll have a hot flash walking around at work, whatever. But when I'm sleeping, no hot flashes allowed. Anyway, let's see what this makeup looks like in the daylight. I'm so happy. Well, what do we think? I think those neck exercises are working. That's definitely reduced. All right. Thank you, Bare Minerals. I think I'm going to like this. But we'll see. I always have to look. I'll inspect the photos after I stop the video. All right. Thank you. Hey, and please check out my read along with